Hello everybody, welcome back. My name is Puns, and here we are with our Shadow review from Argent Depths. Let's get started with this. Alright, first up we have Abominate, which is a 1-power fast spell, Revenge. Swap a unit's attack and health. This is a rare? Ew. Why? I get it cost 1, but why? 1 star. I'm debating this card's draft potential as well. This is an abomination. Indeed. Get out of here. Alright, and a much better 1-drops, I believe we have From Beyond. The last of the cycle here, which is a 1-power spell. Choose a unit or spell will cost 3 or less from the enemy player's hand, and they discard it. Transmute Correcting Colors into Double Justice, Double Primal. Double Justice, Double Time. Excuse me. The first time we get 4/5 Maeve, Walker of Aeons. And Maeve does the first time you play another unit and the first time you play a weapon, each turn draw a card. Okay. Someone put all units and weapons into your void, into your deck with +4/+4. Okay. This is very similar to I guess another card we'll be talking about later. The Tazboo. But I don't know how to feel about this. Like the first half, the 1-drop part of it, I think is the weakest so far of the abilities. I guess it does hit unit or spell that costs 3 or less, which is a very early game ability. But as far as Maeve, Walker of Aeons, I guess it's nice to draw cards. Because this is the first time you play another unit and the first time you play a weapon each turn, draw a card. So it's not an Ord ability. So if you play a weapon or a unit in your turn, you can draw a card, which is, I guess, nice. I guess it is a nice refill ability because we do like Sir Grodov for doing that. But as a whole, I'm not really sold on this card. I don't know. I don't know how it fits into a Corendon build because it's very focused on Corendon. But possibly it's something. I mean, just put everything back in your deck at a +4/+4, and you're probably gonna play more of these if you're playing because you're probably gonna play 4 From Beyond in your deck. As far as a boss monster goes, it's only a 4/5 for 6. I don't know about this one. I really don't know what make heads or tails of it, but possibly the first half is good enough to see it play by itself. I'm gonna put this as somewhere between a 2 and a 3. I'm not really sold on it, but maybe there's something I'm missing that I don't get. But yeah. All right. Prized Sow. What? Also, on the art of this, there's like bugs and dinosaurs, and it's very, very nice palette. But we have a prized sow, guys. It's a pig. It's all right. Prized sow is a 1-power 1/1 pig. When one of your units dies, you gain a shadow and a life. Ooh. I feel like this is there's gotta be something here. Like, I mean, I like that you gain influence from this. That's really cool. And you get a life. I mean, that's not nothing. Yeah. Especially like a color combination with a lot of sack outlets. I think you could easily gain a lot of shadow move. This is a 2 for me. I can't write this off yet. There's something about it. Maybe I'm just hypnotized by the art. That is a entirely a possibility, but there has to be something about this card. Just, I want it to be good somehow. Like, because it's such a, I know it's a 1-mana 1/1. Can't change that, but something about it. Shadow Etchings. That's our Shadow Market. Curtain Call. Curtain Call is a 2-power, 2-shadow, fast spell with Revenge. Give 2 units +2 attack and lifesteal this turn. And if you have 4 time, your units can't be killed this turn. Okay. Okay, I like it. I like it. This is everything that Xenon wants, because Xenon's always biggest problem is its weakness to board wipes. Oh, this turns Harshwell into a one-sided board wipe if you're playing it too. Ooh, I like that a lot. This makes you really want to do some kind of Karenin deck, but I think this card is awesome. I think it is. I mean, we were playing Corrupt for the longest time in our decks, but I think that this Curtain Call is better. Yeah, I think we can safely take Corrupt out of our Xenon mid range deck and play Curtain Call, because this card, somewhere between 3 and 4 on this, because I think this ability is just nutso. It only affects 2 of your units, but the secondary ability affects all of your units. So that's quite nice. Especially because sometimes Xenon has problems. I mean, it's nice to have lifesteal on stuff, but sometimes you gotta push through. But I like this. It's good. I'll take it. Okay. We have Executioner, which is a 2-power, triple shadow 1/3 cultist with unblockable. When you play a card on the enemy's player's turn, deal 1 damage to them and you gain a life. Okay. It's a solid 1, but it's a pretty good one. We have a Lurking Brute. Lurking Brute is a 2-power, 2/2 Minotaur Rogue. When Lurking Brute hits the enemy player, he gets +1/+1. Okay. It's another 1. But hey, good for you, Limited. He seems like he definitely wants to attack out, and he's a Minotaur, so I mean, I guess because he's a Minotaur, he probably could see play in the archetype, because I mean, Minotaur is a type that matters now. Promise doesn't have any kind of evasion, and that's his big problem, but we'll see where he lands here. But maybe bump it up to 2, because he's a Minotaur, and there are certainly Minotaur synergies. All right. Spirit Weaver. Spirit Weaver is a 2-power, 1/3 mage. Your units with 5 attack or more have lifesteal and plunder. It's not bad. I mean, I like the red one that gives him double damage more, to be fair. It's nice that it plunders. Yeah, it's not too terribly bad. We have Towering Arachnid. Towering Arachnid is a 2-power, 5/2 spider. Summon, sacrifice a unit to plunder. Now, this is not optional, from my understanding. And you can sacrifice Towering Arachnid in a pinch. But a 5/2 body is actually really neat. Honestly. And that's why I've given this thing a 2. This thing gets a 2 in my book, because that 5/2 body and the plunder on it is very nice. I mean, especially in some kind of Stonescar aggro shell. And my god, if you can use Bhutan with Towering Arachnid, you will kill everything. I don't know. Seems good. All right, then we have At Any Cost. Oh my god, At Any Cost is a 3-power, 4-shadow fast spell with Decay and Lifesteal. Deal 3 damage. But if you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 12 Shadow Influence. Deal 12 damage instead. Alright. They're going balls to the wall with these influences. I like it. I'm here for it. I don't exactly know where this is going to go, but it's going to go in some kind of generation deck. It's probably going to want Shadow Symbol. I'm not going to lie. Yeah. I don't quite know how we're going to get to 12 Shadow Influence, but it's going to happen, and we're going to do 12 damage to your face, and we're going to gain 12 life. It's just going to happen. Yeah. I believe also the, our little shadow guy, when he attacks, you gain a shadow, and they do the Valkyrie thing. I mean, that's also a way to get there. But now we have Iron Dark Conduit, another, downshifted legend to rare status. Ian is a 3-power double shadow 1/4 cultist with decay and ambush. When Ian attacks, gain time. And if you've got 6 time, at the start of your turn, the enemy player loses their remaining power and you gain that much this turn. Okay. Why not? Okay, it's hard to evaluate this card, honestly. It's cool that it has ambush and decay. Those are 2 kind of cool keywords to put on this card, especially because they work so well together. Because you can ambush in Iron, chip off a little bit of the health and attack of you chip off a little bit of the attack of whatever that comes in blocking, and hopefully you're at 6, because, I mean, the power ability is cool. I'm honestly surprised more cards did not get decay and ambush, because that just seems like it'll work so well together. But yeah, I like the ability gives you time. Which makes you think we're going Corendon with this Influence Matters Surge deck, but yeah, a neat card. I think it's a little bit of a build around, but it gives you time if that's where you want to be. All right, we have Dolos Keepsake. Dolos Keepsake is a 3-power double shadow spell. Draw a unit, weapon, or power of your choice from the top 4 cards of your deck and bottom the rest. And double justice. If costs 3 or less, play it instead. This card's okay. It's lets you dig 4. Unit, weapon, or powers, no relics or spells. Which you should never miss, but I mean, it's kind of on the hope you would get maybe spells as well to be able to combo into it. If it costs 3 or less, play it. I'm going to assume that's for units, because some kind of Argent port aggro list, because not only are you digging, but you're also playing at the same time, which I think is very, very good. This card gets a solid 3. I think it is pretty good. We'll see where it goes from there. We'll see what kind of shell this wants to go in. I'm thinking it's some kind of Argent port aggro, with 3 costing matter. Then we have Grave Robbery. Grave Robbery is a 3-power shadow fast spell with Voidbound. Sacrifice a unit to draw a card of your choice from the enemy void. So, Reanimator. This... There's so many better ways to deal with Reanimator than this. I mean, it's cool. Like, yeah, I'll draw your... target. From this, I mean, there's a lot of reanimate. Like if reanimate gets in a hand, this is decent. Maybe there's other things I'm not thinking of other than that, but this is definitely a reanimator hoser. Or if there's something they're void they're really doing. I mean, I can't think of too many things that interact with the void like reanimator does. Maybe you're taking one of their Grodov strangers, so that they can't keep shuffling them all back. I don't know. It's interesting as well. I think this, if anything, will serve in markets, so it gets a 2 if it sees play at all. But yeah. Grizzly Contest. Grizzly Contest is a 3-power double shadow fast spell with revenge. Sacrifice a unit to kill an enemy unit. I know we've got Combust. Combust exists. But it does require fire. And, there's only a 1 use. I guess technically when you look at this is 2 use with revenge. I don't know. I'm not sold on this, honestly. But if anything, I think it gets a 2-star. But it probably deserves a 1-star. Just for a draft kill spell. But I'm not sure. We move on to Hired Gun. Hired Gun is a 3-power double shadow 2/4 gunslinger. If you have double fire, he gets double damage. And if you have double justice, he gets endurance. This guy is really neat. It's a good body, too. I know we've seen a lot of the 3-faction, like, double influence guys. But double damage. Turns into a 4/4 with endurance for 3. I mean, I like this card a lot. Just like a lot of the other ones. I think this is really nice card design. I think this is neat. Like, taking it into different directions. I mean, it's probably a 1, but I'm going to give it a 2 because of card design. Midnight Hunt is a 3-power fast spell with revenge. We've had a lot of revenge so far. Give a unit quick draw and plus attack this turn equal to your shadow influence. Okay. Well. Plus attack equal to your unit. I mean, you're giving a unit. This makes me think of the 1-power. Give your unit +2, +1, and lifesteal and quick draw. Remember that. The name escapes you right now. It will come back to me later, but it feels better than this. I mean, sure, we're going to crank up a lot of Shadow Influence. That's something that's going to go on. Maybe this goes into that deck. That one's it's just cranking Shadow. Because remember, guys, we got to get to 12 somehow to play that other card to deal 12 for 3. So yeah. Not entirely sure where this goes, but we'll see. I'll give it a 2 because it's a fast spell, it's a combat trick, and it's pretty good removal if you can actually nail that much of an advantage depending on what they block you with. Because people, I guess, underestimate quick draw, underestimate how hard and fast it hits, and it's quite nice after a while. Razor Lash is a 3-power double shadow 1/5 relic weapon with decay. I mean, if you can buff it, it's great. Well, I don't want to say great. I'm gonna say it's okay if you can buff it. That's really the only playability with this weapon is if you can buff it. But is it worth buffing? I don't believe so. 'Cause ideally you just want to kill things with your relic weapon. But this does give you decay. And that's the most important part. Because your spells do decay damage. So it turns your Sears and your Blazing Salvos and all of that. That is the important part about this weapon, is giving you your face decay. And all of your burn spells it does. it makes them so much better. And that is the only use I can think of this thing is that's why I can give it a 2, is because you're never going to attack with it, but giving your face decay I think has some pretty cool applications, and so we'll see. That's why I'm gonna give it a 2. Sewer Crocodile is a 3-power 0/6 with decay. When you play a card on the enemy turn, Sewer Crocodile gets +1 attack. This is pretty cool. That's a pretty cool card. Like, I like a 0/6. Oh, I mean, I like a 6 health body. And we've already established earlier how much decay just is nice, as long as you can the card can survive. Especially if you've got combat tricks. I kind of wish this was a 2-mana 0/4. I think that would be a better, but 0/6 is a decent stat line. I mean, guys, this survives Jack. But the boost is also permanent, so that is nice. Like, a lot of these times, these boosts are not permanent, and they really screw you over, but it's nice permanent boost. Oh, this gets a 2, because I can see playability with it. Silverblade Reaper is a 3-power 1/1 Nightmare Valkyrie with flying and deadly. You know what this card is missing? Ambush. Yeah, this card is not good. I know it's a Nightmare and a Valkyrie. This card's, I guess it would be fine in draft, but it's a 1. It's a 1 for me. Vorpal Cutter. Vorpal Cutter, man. Vorpal Cutter is a 3-power 1/3 rogue with decay. And when a Vorpal Cutter attacks, she gets attack this turn equal to the highest attack among your units. Okay. I like it. It's cool. It's solid, actually. It's... My biggest problem is it costs 3. I wish it didn't cost 3, because ideally you want to... I was thinking of the synergy earlier with this and imbue, because it can take advantage of something that has been imbued. And because generally it has a lot of health. I mean, a pretty big attack, and it's generally slicing through it. It's not one of those times I wish this was a 1/4. A 1/4 for 3 with decay I could get behind, but that 3 health is just frustrating to me. Yeah, I think she'd be much better at a 3 health. I mean, at 4 health, but gotta give this one a 1. Just can't get behind it. Then we got Mandrake Shambler. Mandrake Shambler is a 4-power 4/1 Mandrake with imbue. Mandrake Shambler can't block. Okay. I'm looking at this card and it's fine. I guess you get a little bit of boost because of the imbue. Depending on what you're imbuing into it, this could be pretty decent. Still a 1, but I don't know. I don't think the can't block thing is that big of a deal, but oh well. Then we have Tazbu the Tempter. Tazbu the Tempter is a 4-power 5 shadow 5/5 radiant who's been downshifted in rarity. With the goofy ability, when Tazbu goes to your void, steal the enemy void and shuffle it into your deck. Units weapons stolen this way get +2/+2. Now this is how you hose over a Reanimator. this is a much better answer to Reanimator than the other card we looked at, but it's so weird. Like, when I first saw this card, when we first talked about it on the stream, we were like, okay, I'm playing my deck. I don't like your deck. If I liked your deck, I would be playing your deck. Unless this is a mirror. In which case, and I do love how particularly bad this card is against control. Because, like, they get all your control cards, your kill spells, and especially unitless control. And they have a lot of dead cards in their deck at that point. I can see this being a market card against certain matchups. I think that's just where this belongs. Then we have Torrent of Filth. Torrent of Filth is a 4-power shadow fast spell with Decay, Lifesteal, Revenge. Deal... How much is that? 1 damage to an enemy? What? This card really needs spell damage, man. This card desperately needs spell damage. Really bad to even function. This is a 1-star, and it should feel bad about itself. Twin Spiteling. Twin Spiteling is a 4-power double shadow 1/1 wisp with deadly unblockable. Summon, play a timekeeper with attack and health equal to your time influence. Oh, that's a timekeeper. Oh wow. Oh, that's pretty good. That's pretty good. You see this card? It's pretty good. Yeah. Whew. Timekeeper, already a pretty solid card that was already gonna see more play. This is and you essentially get the deadly unblockable guy from the past set, who when he with his mastery you mill, I think it's mastery 5, you mill the top X cards from their deck, and then you get to pick one and put it in your hand. But this is whoo, man, this is a solid card for 4. If anything, it's just an extra copy of Timekeeper in your hand. I mean, in your deck. Pretty solid in some kind of Xenon build. But it is a 4-power 1/1. I think there's it is a Wisp, and there is a fair amount of Wisp Radiant synergy. So I'm wondering how this fits into that. But it's deadly unblockable, so if you get any boost on it or anything like that, pretty solid. I'm a fan. I definitely want to craft this at some point, so that is a good sign. Wretched Rats. Wretched Rats is a 4-power 2/3 rodent with lifesteal and surge +1 attack. And with the Entomb, give a unit or weapon in your hand lifesteal and attack equal to Wretched Rat's attack. Yeah, I guess it's okay. And the surge is, I mean, permanent attack gained from surge is pretty good. But it also requires you to have something in your hand when it dies, which is, I guess I feel like it's easier to have something in play for Entomb than it is have something in your hand. I feel like if you're playing this, it kind of shapes around the way you play. If you're actually going to be able to commit to the board or hold something back in hopes it gets buffed by Wretched Rats. I don't know. This card's okay. I think it's still like a 2 if it sees play at all, but it is a rodent. I'm all for it. We need more rodents. All right. Backbreaker. Backbreaker is a 5-power double shadow 6/1 relic weapon. Summon plus armor equal to your justice influence. Not bad. Not bad at all. Oh, I like this card. It's I believe in it. It's a 1, but it's a solid limited card if you can get enough influence behind it. But I don't know. Justice influence is the easiest influence to get, but other than that, I don't know. Ooh, we have Elias. Elias Shadowwing. Elias found his shadow and lost his justice. But Elias Shadowwing is a 5-power triple shadow 4/4 Nightmare Valkyrie with flying and decay. Ultimate, when you play a card with Destiny, Elias gets +4 attack and lifesteal. It's cool. I like it. This card is pretty cool. He becomes cheaper, Elias the Broken Wing, without Destiny, which is a big bummer. That, because old Elias was an 8/4 with Destiny, Flying, Lifesteal, and I don't know. This is making 8/4 with Flying Decay seems okay, but relying on Destiny to do it seems a little tough. Yet again, we get these weird statted decay creatures, and I feel like if you have even attack and health, decay doesn't really matter. Like, I don't know. It's just how I feel. Unless you're dealing damage with something else via this, but. I think he's okay. I'm not bowled over by him, but I don't know if there's a Destiny deck though, and that's the problem. He really needs to be in a Destiny deck. Then we have False Demise. False Demise is a 5-power double shadow spell with revenge. Draw a unit from your void, and you can go primal. It gets +1 health and flying. I'm torn on this one because I know we've seen a lot of revenge spells so far. But this is a particularly good ability that's generally always relevant. If it's relevant once, it's generally relevant again. The added bonus of the primal benefit is okay. It's nice that it gives it flying. I wish it gave it +2. I mean, gave it +1/+1, but it would just be better Dark Return. We can't have that. All right. Murky Tentacles. I like this card. Murky Tentacles is a 5-power double shadow 5/2 Dire Beast with Unblockable. And when you play a card with Destiny, draw Murky Tentacles from your void. I like it. This card is fun. I think it's neat. I don't know quite how we're going to trigger the Destiny from it, but it's cool it comes back, and it's a 5/2 Unblockable. Those are stats you don't see every day. Yeah, 5/2 Unblockable. It takes a certain kind of removal to get rid of it. I mean, if they've got, like, damage-based, that'll do, but I don't know. I'm going to give this a 2 because I like it. Then we have Roland's Enforcer. Roland's Enforcer is a 5-power double shadow 1/5 with ambush. When you play another card on the enemy's turn, Roland Enforcer gets +3 permanently. So it doesn't buff itself with this ability, because when you play another card on the enemy's turn, Roland gets +3. I see what they did there, so it wouldn't come out as a 4 or 5. No, that's a pretty solid ability, honestly. Especially if you can double up on it. I wish there was some kind of ambush deck. I wish that was a thing. Maybe there will be. Maybe with new of the other guy we looked at here. What is his name? We just looked at him. What is his name? What is his name? I don't know. The guy who ambushes in. But yeah, that's a solid stat boost, and it's permanent, which I like that. 5 power may be too much for him, but I'm gonna put him on 2. If some kind of ambush archetype works up, I would really like that, because I really like ambush as a mechanic, and I think it deserves more love than it actually gets outside of the cat and the ambushing flying scorpion wasp. All right, Blade of the Worthy. Blade of the Worthy is a 6 power, 4 shadow, 0/5 relic weapon. Summon plus attack equal to the highest attack among your units. It's fine. All right. Then we have Imprison. Imprison is a 6 power, double shadow, fast spell. The enemy player must choose and sacrifice 2 units. Then you can gain double fire or double primal. This is actually not terrible. Against certain matchups, yeah, of course it is. But I don't know, sacking 2 units, killing 2 things for 6 power is pretty good. And if you have any kind of surge shenanigans or influence needs, that's pretty good through there. I don't know. I don't think this card is worse, but still probably a 1. Then we get to Severin of the Dark. Sever the Dark is a 6 power, double shadow, 5/7 mage. With Surge, play a 3/1 piercing grief with charge, lifesteal, and revenge that dies at the end of your turn. Holy moly, this card. Whew. If you could surge it up with this guy, that is, oh my gosh, kind of crazy. If you could just keep making, like, and you just keep drawing cards, like, I think this card is actually nuts, honestly. Like, it's in the right build, like, Surge is super easy to trigger, and if you can, like, you even have to do it, like, attack with them, too, because you just keep pumping them. Just keep pumping them out, pumping them out, pumping them out. And then they draw you cards because you didn't pay for them. Like, this card just seems nuts. Like, so many Piercing Greaves come out. Like, because every Piercing Greave you revenge is an extra card you are drawing. Which, that's why this card just seems nuts. Like, it's card draw in shadow. Like, I don't know. I'm very excited to try this guy out. It's super good. Super good. Oh, 4 stars, by the way. About that. If you care. Alright. Then we go to this. The Unforgiven. Unforgiven is a 7 power double shadow 5/6 nightmare. With Flying Ambush, summon the enemy player discards 5 random units from their deck. That is goofy. I'm not gonna lie, that is pretty goofy. And yeah, pretty goofy card. I don't know how good this is, but it's certainly a neat effect. It has Flying Ambush. Maybe it goes in our ambush deck. I don't know, but I gotta give it a 2. That is a pretty interesting effect. Now we have Vara Limitless. Vara Limitless is 7 power, triple shadow, 6/6 scion with lifesteal. Any other shadow units have +1/+1. And when Vara attacks, play a unit from your void. Doesn't give them void bound. Does not give them void bound. Oh man, I can see this in combo with other Vara. Because you can reanimate her. And then once you reanimate her, the doo-doo hits the fan. This is very interesting. Because this this is Strain to Shadow, especially if you give her Killer. Giving her Killer seems very good. Because being able to attack with her the same turn you play her out. So, yeah. Yeah, and she comes down a turn early. Oh, excuse me. She comes down a turn earlier than other Vara as well. So this might be even solve a target just to reanimate, because if you reanimate and then throw down a Killer on her, she's a repeatable reanimate. I mean, repeatable strain. No, what is that? The 5 cost play a card from your play a unit from your void. Well, I'm failing in my remembering my card names today, but repeatable 5 costs play a unit from your void. We get it. That is it for Shadow. I feel like there were far less Shadow than there were previously. Thank you very much, everybody, for watching this video. I'll be back with my last video, which will cover multicolor, power, and kind of a brief wrap-up of everything I've talked about here. But thank you so much, everybody. Make sure you subscribe to the channel, like this video, and I will see you guys next time.